The 1986 liberation struggle has been described as a precursor for freedom of Uganda's opposition political party Space 24 years after the 1962 independence. While it is true that political parties had existed, none functioned against the state, but in the interests of those they paid allegiance to.
I mean, granted that the first political party in Uganda, probably in East Africa, was the League of Uganda Citizens and Labour Party, which was registered in April 1944 by Daudi Sekuma. So I think that's the very first one. And that 10 years later, the Democratic Party started.
History has it that after the 1961 elections leading to the 1962 independence, there were only three predominant political parties: UPC, leaning to the Protestants, the Democratic Party, leaning to the Social Democrats and Catholics, and the monarchists of Kabaka Yeka.
Others who want to be independent and call themselves true Republicans had nowhere to go. If the monarchists were forming their own as KY, then you cannot say we had a political space. These were political parties representing the interests of their mother countries, the Anglicans looking to Canterbury and England, these ones looking to the Rome and the Catholic Church, then the monarchy looking to Mengo.
The brother would dislike brother. If it's a DP, you the UPE will not eat at him. If you are the UPC, you are the DP, the UPC will not go to you. There was no likeness as today.
Then came 1986, and with it was the arrival of the movement system. About a decade later, in 2005, activities of political parties were opened up, marking a significant turn for the opposition.
If you really follow the chronology of historical events, and the historical trajectory of Uganda from 1962, I think we are better off now calling ourselves free people.
Amin was quite frank about the entire idea of political parties. He just ignored them, and they could not even raise their heads to say, we are here, the Democratic Party, or we are here, the DP. So there was nothing to talk about political parties in the time of Idi Amin. There was no parliament in the first place.
And so the opposition came, and it is here with us. But what influence does it have? Or is it worth saying that it exists?
I've been hearing opposition members arguing that their space has been frozen. In fact, if anything, space has been left open for opposition to the extent that any two people can form a political party.
Tanga argues that it could be time Africa coins its own political discourse away from the divide and rule narrative that is misleading.
We have borrowed a lot. We have suffered a lot as a result of borrowing other political cleavages. And NRM had come up with the movement system, which was all-inclusive, and were not divided along political lines, along religious lines. We are simply saying, as an individual, show your merit, and they vote you. Now, that was the best system and the first in the continent.